I actually don't cover a lot of Asus phones on this channel. Asus? Anyways, which is really a shame considering how extraordinary they are. Some of them are great value, and others are so tailor-made to a niche that it influences every single bit of the phone. And the Zenfone 7 and 7 Pro are certainly both of those. Let's start with price. At the time of making, Asus hasn't revealed the global prices. I'm estimating the prices for the vanilla Zenfone 7 to be around $750 pounds or euros. The Australian one might be around 1,250 if it does come to Australia. The prices for the 7 Pro are probably going to be around $1,000 pounds or euros. The Australian one might be around 1,500. So you can clearly see that the prices are very similar to the ones that we got with the iPhones. The iPhone 11 is $699 and the iPhone 11 Pro is $999 So I would say that those phones are very similar, competitors in this price range. Sorry about my slight speech stumble there. There aren't too many differences between the Zenfone 7 and 7 Pro, but one of them is the chipset. The Zenfone 7 has the Snapdragon 865, while the Zenfone 7 Pro has the Snapdragon 865 Plus. Both are great, if not the best chipsets in the smartphone market, so the fact that they are coming to phones in this price range is actually quite great. The chipsets also enabled the Zenfone 7 lineup to have 5G support. The Zenfone 7 has an option with 128GB of storage and 6GB of RAM, while I believe that both have an option with 256GB of storage and 8GB of RAM. The RAM type is LPDDR5 on all options, and the storage type is UFS 3.1 also on all options. If you do somehow run out of storage, just pop in a micro SD card, as the slot is available on both models. These specs are once again top tier, so it is absolutely mind-blowing to see these come down to phones in this price range. Both phones have a 5000 mAh battery with 30W fast charging on both phones, so battery can't possibly be a concern. You can also change some settings to change what point the phone charges up to, or you can charge it a bit slower in case you want to charge your phone overnight. There's unfortunately no IP rating due to the pop-up camera, which we'll soon get to. Continuing the mind-boggling spec train, both models have 6.67-inch 1080p Super AMOLED panels with a 20:9 ratio and a 90Hz refresh rate, which definitely make the phones feel quite a bit faster and snappy. It also has HDR10 Plus support. The brightness is advertised at 700 nits, so whatever panel Asus is using, it's definitely bright. The bezels on these phones make their competitors' phones look old with no notch or hole punch. The screen-to-body ratio is around 84.2% on both phones, so there is a slight chin on the bottom of both phones, but that doesn't interfere with your phone experience much. The fingerprint scanner is located on the power button instead of under the screen, despite the display being an AMOLED panel, but many prefer the style of fingerprint scanning. Both phones have a slightly curved Gorilla Glass 3 panel on the back. The back is either white or black depending on which model you choose. It's certainly a smart decision, but having too many different colors and storage options can affect production, and it's way harder to sell that way. The aluminum frame is sturdy, strong, and gives the phone quite a premium feel. There's no headphone jack. Can we please have a moment of silence for our fallen soldier? But you can always use USB-C headphones, which directly plug into the charging port, or wireless headphones. Both phones use Android 10 with Asus's Zenfone 7 skin. Both phones weigh in at a hefty 230 grams. The 9.6mm thickness can be quite a bit unwieldy to some, both of which are caused by the camera, which we'll finally come to. This is the phone's main selling point. The main camera can flip around to be a selfie camera. We'll now get into the camera specs. There's a 64 megapixel wide lens with an aperture of f1.8 and PDAF. This lens has OIS on the Zenfone 7 Pro. There's a 113 degrees 12 megapixel ultra wide lens with an f2.4 aperture and dual pixel PDAF. The final lens is an 8 megapixel telephoto lens with PDAF. The lens had 3 times optical zoom and OIS on the 7 Pro. The video options are 8K at 30 frames per second, 4K at 30, 60 or 120 FPS, 1080p at 30, 60 or 240 frames per second, or 720p at 480 FPS. There's HDR support too. Other few magical tricks that the camera can pull off include auto panorama and dual LED flash. The video looks great, and photos are mind-blowing. The flipping module allows you to use the telephoto and ultra-wide lenses with selfies, which usually is impossible without the flipping module. Don't worry about the durability of the module, as it's been rated for 200,000 flips, or about 100 flips a day for about 5 years. The speakers are stereo and they sound great, which means that this phone is perfect if you love watching video content on your phone. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe, tap the like button, comment, and definitely share this video with a friend wanting to upgrade their phone. Check out the videos on screen if they sound interesting. Join my Discord, and I'll catch you in the next one.